We came running just to see if anyone was going to come out, just looking for any signs of life.
Right now at 6, witnesses watch as a speeding car flies into Lake Overholser. I'm Colby Thelen. Still ahead, what they say happened before the car hit the water.
I'm Lacie Lowry. It's a day to be weather aware for parts of our state. Lacey Swope has the latest storm timeline for today and who could see severe weather.
And I'm Robin Marsh, taking a live look at the Paycom Center. It will be full of Thunder fans in less than a week as the playoffs come to OKC. How you can get your hands on tickets, they go on sale this morning. It's all ahead on 9.
Live from downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now.
6 a.m. on a Monday morning. Good morning, Oklahoma. It is an exciting time. I mean, and it's just beginning, the playoffs.
We got the Thunder email at 2 o'clock this morning, and it's like game time, tickets, where you can buy them, when they go on sale. It's so exciting this time of year.
Really a lot of events leading up to it. We're going to talk with Kylie about all the things you can do. The Loud City HQ, just like last year. Of course, T-shirts in the works. Let's turn to the Bob Mills Weather Center now. It's exciting in your department too, Lacey. It's been a lot going on.
This is the time of year where weather starts to ramp up as well. It all kind of coincides. Right now, it's the clash of the seasons. We still have the cold, kind of dry air to the north, the warm, humid air trying to surge to the north, and that collision happens right over Oklahoma, gives us the threat for severe weather. Over the weekend, not much in the way of severe weather. We had great rains, half of an inch, some areas an inch and a half of soaking water. We needed it. Now, the storms today, low chance, but those storms could be severe. The threat is going to start to ramp up, especially tomorrow all the way through Wednesday as these kind of two storms merge. We're also watching a system up over Alaska. That arrives Friday. We have 4 out of the next 5 days with severe weather threats, at least somewhere in parts of the state. Now, not everyone sees severe weather all week. Some may go all week and not see storms, but others might have several rounds to contend with. This morning, as you're heading out, we're dry. It's 68 degrees. It feels wild. It's warm this morning. It's 70 in Kingfisher, 70 in Fairview, 71 in Stillwater. One of the warmest spots right now, Tulsa and Poto, is 72. Winds are anywhere from 10 to 15, gusts 25 to 30, though, out of the south. So kind of a white knuckle ride again on those east-west roadways. You might have heard that wind overnight. It was kind of roaring through the overnight hours. Winds continue to stay strong through the day and will warm to the mid-upper 80s. We'll see 90s out west, and we may see the mid-90s in southwest Oklahoma. Now, dry line tries to nudge in, so this will be desert-like air with high fire danger. East of that dry line, that's where we have a slight chance of storms. It's about 20%, but in that zone, nickel-dime, quarter-size hail, maybe a few golf ball-size hailstones. The tornado risk very low, but not zero today. We'll talk about the chances for storms. We'll time it out statewide, and more on when that tornado threat does ramp up this week. It's coming up.
We'll see in a bit, Lacey. Let's see how we're doing on the roadways this morning. Here's meteorologist Megan Gold. Megan.
Hey, good morning, Colby. Roadways are still looking great for anybody headed out the door right now. Several shots to show you from our Lucky Star Skycam network. This is Northwest Expressway and Lake Hefner Parkway. I-44 looking great this morning, and the Broadway extension from our American Fidelity camera. For those of you that commute in from the west side, I-40 and Meridian looking off to the west, no issues there. And down on the south side, I-35 at South 66, getting a little busier, but still no big slowdowns and really no morning congestion. So across the board, no accidents, no slowdowns, and your drive times into Oklahoma City right now with a gorgeous shot of downtown are good to go from Edmond, Yukon, El Reno, and Shawnee. Guys, back over to you.
It looked like what they were doing was like on purpose, like they were doing it with passion.
Witnesses tell police they watched as a driver of a car slammed the car into Lake Overholser over the weekend. Then a man and woman's body were pulled from that submerged vehicle.
News 9's Brianna Brown has more from police and witnesses who saw it all happen.
Police are still working to piece together what exactly led up to a deadly crash at Lake Overholser this weekend. Witnesses say that this all unfolded within a matter of seconds. Now, investigators say it happened around 4:50 Sunday morning along Overholser Drive. Trice LaGrange, a witness that was there at the lake with his girlfriend, says that they were leaving the area when they saw a white mini SUV speed past them, going as fast as 60 to 80 miles per hour before crashing through railing there at the lake and into the lake. He says that the vehicle appeared to roll as it entered the water, and the headlights were still on and bubbles were rising to the surface.
we literally felt the wind come off of their car and felt like it shook our car and just drove straight into the water.
Oklahoma City police say dive teams later located the submerged vehicle and found an adult male and woman dead inside. Now, police have not yet released the identities of these victims. We'll keep you updated here at Oklahoma City Police Headquarters. Brianna Brown for Oklahoma's Own News 9.
Brianna, thank you. Now, Oklahoma City police say, believe it or not, another car went into Lake Overholser a few hours before the deadly collision. That one was near Morgan Road. Police say a man driving around suddenly entered the water. His vehicle became partially submerged and it finally stopped against a rock. No one was hurt in that crash.
Flags remain at half staff through tomorrow to honor the life of a state trooper killed in a car crash on I-35. Trooper Vernon Brake was one of 3 people killed after a truck lost part of its load on the highway near Hefner last Wednesday. Trooper Brake will be laid to rest tomorrow morning at Crossings Community Church. That service starts at 11. And on Wednesday morning, a celebration of life will be held for the other 2 victims, Mercedes Bain and her daughter Ariana. It will be at the Church OKC, that's right near Southwest 36th and Blackwelder. It'll be at 10 o'clock in the morning.
A 1-year-old child is in the hospital. Listen to what happened in Tulsa after the car they were in fell over the bridge and onto the interstate below in Tulsa. Police say a 17-year-old driver ran the stop sign, hit a curb, and then went over the bridge, falling 15 feet down below to I-244. Happened Saturday. Police say the 1-year-old child was not restrained in a car seat. The driver and an 18-year-old were not injured in that crash. And we now know the name of the man arrested following a short pursuit. We brought it to you as breaking news Friday morning. Police say they were first investigating a stolen trailer near Southwest 119th and Meridian. That's when they say the driver, Michael Horton, sped away right down the road without any headlights on. Officers say they followed, and Horton then ditched that car and tried to make a getaway. He was quickly nabbed and taken into custody.
The Oklahoma City Public School Board will consider renaming Cesar Chavez Elementary School during a big meeting tonight. The district announced it would consider a change after the activist was recently accused of sexually abusing 2 women when those women were just 12 years old. That board meeting starts tonight at 5:30. With summer not far away, several Oklahoma tribes are helping feed children while they are not in school. The Summer EBT program offers a set dollar amount per child. Any Oklahoma family with a child who goes to school on tribal land can apply. You can learn more about eligibility through the tribes. A historic trip around the moon ends when 4 astronauts splashed down into the Pacific Ocean on Friday night.
The 4 astronauts spent 10 days in space, going further from Earth than any human in history.
Yeah, the world was watching as they made their way home. This was the first trip to the moon in more than 50 years. And NASA says it sets the stage for the Artemis 3 mission currently set for next year.
Right there, that's burning at 5,000 degrees, half the temperature of the sun.
Wow. And how
is that not crazy?
And how thick is the wall protecting them from
An
that?
inch, I think they said,
That's
is
so
the heat
nuts.
shield.
Oh, goodness.
Between 5,000 degrees and 75 inside the capsule.
I mean, you're
it's
like
just amazing.
Praying, hoping,
Yes.
white knuckle, just get back to Earth. And there was the splashdown in the Pacific Ocean. And what a trip, and can't wait to hear all the outcome of all they've done.
I think you said it earlier, the 4 astronauts they picked are so easy to like and follow and really spread the message of what NASA's trying to do.
Good ambassadors,
Yeah,
and that's what you
go.
want when you're, out away from Earth. The ambassadors for Earth. Lacey's a scientist. You must have just loved watching it.
Ambassadors for Earth.
Everybody, I know, right? Could you have picked anything better? We should all strive to be ambassadors for Earth, right?
Right? Yeah.
Amazing. It was crazy when they were falling down and coming through, and they went through that blackout. Then they came back. I kept
6
thinking,
minutes.
where's the parachute?
Come on.
Yes.
Where's the? It seemed like a lifetime before
Yeah.
those first parachutes came out. But man, everything was so successful. The calculations that goes into that for everything to be perfect is amazing. Today, guys, we're looking at the atmosphere once again, the low levels here on Earth, talking about thunderstorm chances. Some of those could be severe. This morning, getting out the door in the 60s, the 70s. It's warm, it's windy, and we'll have a chance for a few storms. Tomorrow, the chance for more numerous storms. Tuesday's threats are a little higher as well. We'll talk about the wind, hail, those tornado zones coming up.
Still ahead, the state wins a key argument in the case against former death row inmate Richard Glossip, why he is now headed to a third trial.
Plus, on the day an Oklahoma principal was shot inside a school, state lawmakers made a pilot program permanent. Why lawmakers say it's an important step for school safety.
But next, peace talks between the U.S. and Iran break down over the weekend. The key point causing tension and the president's next move. We're talking about it coming up. All right, bus stop forecast time, and school will be out before we know it. You know, here we go. What, like a month and a half left?
Not much time left, not much time at all. Today's one of those days the kiddos are heading out. It does not feel like April. So 40s, 50s are typical lows for this time of year. It's in the 70s.
Yeah, it's warm.
In many
it's
areas.
hot. Yeah.
It is. It's warm and it's humid. It feels like a storm day. Today's one of those days also, we don't have a huge trigger to firestorms, but we might have a couple take off. So it's an overall low threat. As you're getting your family ready, you're getting ready to head out this morning, a 20% chance of afternoon thunderstorms, and those chances go up after 4 p.m. So really in for a warm to a hot afternoon. 87 for a high today, 90s in western Oklahoma. Now those severe risks ramp up tomorrow. We'll have severe threats tomorrow night into Wednesday. Again on Friday, rounds of storms headed to Oklahoma, and we're kind of priming the atmosphere. Yesterday, the sun came out, we got warm, we got a little humid, had a few thunderstorms in the southwest. Trackers were out, those storms fizzled, and now we're sitting up in the 70s through the plains. It's nearly 80 degrees in Brownsville, and that warm air mass is being pulled up into the surface low. Meanwhile, the dry line is setting up in the west. The Gulf moisture, it's not only here in Oklahoma, it's gone all the way up into Nebraska. Dew point values now in the 70s in south central Texas. Now we're getting into those higher in severe risks. When you can really lift that type of air back up over Oklahoma, that is fuel for some of those stronger storms. And that is what's in the forecast as we head into tomorrow. Today, weak wave of energy in advance of the main storm does give us a slight chance for thunderstorms. We'll watch this upper level low combine with this one for Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday's quiet. Friday's storm is up over Alaska, and that pushes in. So here's the latest this morning. I know you're seeing a lot of maps thrown at you, a lot of colors coming your way. Let's just break down the timing and the threats day by day. Today, a limited storm count. Chances are low if storms can form. Wind, hail, very low tornado risk. The tornado risk isn't zero today, but it's close to zero. Okay, tomorrow, storms much more likely, more numerous storms. All modes are possible. Tomorrow, storms could fire as early as 3 p.m. to the west along the dry line, moving into the Oklahoma City metro sometime between 6 and 10. Stay tuned to that timing. It can still shift some. We'll watch for another round of storms tomorrow night. Those could also be severe into early Wednesday, and by Wednesday afternoon, we may be completely overworked. Some data says we're not, and we have yet another round of thunderstorms. This morning, all is quiet out the door in our Lucky Star Skycam network. We're in the upper 60s, the low 70s. Again, warm, muggy. Winds are 30 to 35 miles per hour out of the south at times. Those are the gusts. And highs today will be in the upper 80s, 90s back into western Oklahoma. Now, high fire danger today back to the west of that dry line. Be very careful, western Oklahoma. Heat, wind, low humidity. East of the dry line, muggy, and that low risk for a couple of storms to take off. Overall, it's a 20% chance. Now, some data suggests we see multiple storms that fire along that dry line, but I think that's overdone. So few storms are possible. Where in this zone? Anywhere in that zone. We could have quarter, maybe up to golf ball size hail. Not every storm will produce that. And again, the tornado risk, not zero, but it is very low this afternoon and evening. Tonight looks mostly quiet, upper 60s and 70s. And then tomorrow, now the main forcing is coming out, and we'll have a chance for afternoon storms along that dry line. We're in the 80s. We're windy tomorrow, and radar could look like this as early as 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Storms just getting going back to the west, and then eventually a few of these become the main dominant storm, and they make their way to the east-northeast. Again, big hail, wind, and a tornado risk. But you notice not everyone gets in on the action, so some of us may stay dry. Other areas may see very heavy rain. Those storms dissipate, and we may do it again tomorrow night with more numerous storms, but the risk will come down some as far as the threats go. The chance for your Tuesday, much higher than today, running at 60%. Quarter to golf ball size hail, very possible with storms tomorrow, and a few of them may crank out tennis ball, even baseball size hail. A lot more instability tomorrow, and everything that comes up can come back down in the form of damaging winds in 60, 75-mile-per-hour winds. And one of the threats we're really going to watch for these storms to rotate in the evening hours, that tornado threat bumps up to moderate. So our team of trackers will again be out. How many times have we already done this year? Bob Mills, Sky News 9, Mason Dunn will be in the air bringing you those updates. We'll continue. We'll be here on air online overnight if these storms develop with round number 2 into your Wednesday morning, because round number 2 could also be severe. We'll have to see how this impacts Wednesday afternoon. We may be doing it again late afternoon and evening. 40% chance on Wednesday afternoon. Thursday looks dry. Thursday's a quiet day, Oklahoma. We get a break before more storms Friday, especially Friday evening and night along the cold front early Saturday. Then we dry it out. Your weekend looks great, and we're in the 60s. We'll have some 30s out the door Sunday morning. Back to you guys.
President Donald Trump says the U.S. Navy will begin blocking ships to and from Iran at the Strait of Hormuz later this morning.
Yeah, this announcement came after the talks between the U.S. and Iran broke down over the weekend, in part because the Iranians refused to refrain from developing a nuclear weapon.
We've made very clear what our red lines are. They have chosen not to accept our terms.
I don't care if they come back or not. If they don't come back, I'm fine.
While that blockade is expected to start in just a few hours, NATO says the UK is leading the efforts to reopen the key shipping route. We will be watching.
And the back and forth over the strait is keeping prices at the pump high. In a new CBS poll, 51% of Americans say the high costs are causing financial hardships. Right now, AAA says the average cost for a gallon of gas is $4.12 across the U.S. Here in Oklahoma, it's a little lower. The average $3.44 and $3.41 in Oklahoma County.
Your time now 6:19. Let's check in with meteorologist Megan Gold. She's watching the roads, the gas prices, breaking daylight. What you got for us, Megan?
Well, unfortunately, we do have our first crash of the morning. We have our Breonna Brown and Lex Stanfield headed to Northwest 16th and Portland. So let me show this to you on the map. This is not going to be on a major interstate, but it will be just to the north and west of Oklahoma City and west of I-44. So we'll zoom in here. And again, that's a reported injury accident, Northwest 16th and Portland. As soon as they get there, we'll let you know what they find and if any roadways are blocked. This is looking off on the eastern horizon from our SSM health camera, and you can see I-40 there. We have our sunrise at 7 o'clock this morning, and we finally have a sunset in the 8 o'clock hour, so more than 13 hours of daylight. Here is the Broadway extension, still looking great there. I-40 in May looking off to the west, and then getting a little busier in the northbound lanes of I-35 headed into Oklahoma City from Norman, but otherwise good to go. Again, a reported crash Northwest 16th in Portland. I'll have an update from our Breonna Brown and Lex Stanfield here in just a few minutes.
And coming up, it is playoff basketball time in Oklahoma City, when the Thunder will tip off for a second straight NBA title. We now know when they'll play, when tickets go on sale. Keep it here on 9.
All right, time for the outdoor forecast today as we turn to Lacey Swope. What you got for us, Lacey?
Over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, was youth turkey season, and we appreciate your pictures so much that you've been flooding into our inboxes. It's amazing. This is little Gunner, guys, and his very first turkey. So stinking cute. Amazing. Tom turkey, by the way. Congrats to you, big guy. Look how beautiful and green everything is. And the contrast with the colors on these birds, they're just magnificent to watch. Congrats to you, Gunner. And we have so many pictures to get through. Abby, also first turkey during youth season. A little bit wet. Some of these hunters had to sit out in the rain and endure the conditions, and definitely it paid off. Congrats to you, Abby, on your beautiful Oklahoma bird, the Merriams in Oklahoma. That's the breed of the type of turkey that we have. They're so gorgeous with all the white on them that you can see along the fan. This is Colton. This is a public land bird. I know. So everybody, we have so many pictures. We love them. We'll keep showing them as well. If you didn't get to fill a tag, hey, or maybe you're just waiting on the big season to open up, it is Thursday when the season opens. We have storm chances to get through over the next few days. That's going to help things to green up, but also comes with the risk of severe weather. Upper 80s on the way, guys, and storm chances increase off and on this week. We'll time it all out for you coming up.
Lacey, thank you. The Oklahoma City Thunder wrap up another regular season with a 135-103 loss to the Phoenix Suns.
But the Thunder rested almost all of its starters. Lou Dort was really the only one who played since OKC already locked up the #1 seed in the West.
All right, and now it's time to turn our thoughts to the Thunder's postseason play. We now know Game 1 will be inside the Paycom Center. It will be this Sunday, April 19th. Tip-off is at 2:30. But the opponent for the Thunder's first playoff game is still up in the air, so it will be decided by the play-in tournament that starts tomorrow.
The teams you're seeing right here on the screen, these are any of the 4 teams the Thunder could play. It just depends on the outcome of that 2-game tournament, but that won't be decided until Friday night.
We'll keep you posted. With the playoffs less than a week away, we want to get you ready for hopefully a long playoff run. We'll take a look at the Thunder's chances to repeat as NBA champions in our Run It Back Road to a Repeat special. Don't miss it. It airs this Thursday at 6:30 p.m.
And right now we also want to turn to some breaking news. A reported injury crash right here at Northwest 16th. You're looking at the intersection of Portland and Northwest 16th. A huge first responder presence as our Lex Stanfield. You're taking a live look. He's repositioning to kind of get us a better look. We know an ambulance is there on scene, and just to the right side, it looks as if there's also a garbage truck. Unclear at this point if it's involved, but you can see a stretcher is being brought out at this moment. So we'll continue to follow the latest. It looks as if somebody may be about to get loaded into the back of that ambulance. The extent of those injuries, we're working with authorities to find out. We'll keep you posted right here and on the News 9 app.
You're watching Oklahoma's own News 9 this morning.
Oklahoma City police are investigating a deadly crash after a car ends up in Lake Overholser. Police say witnesses saw the car speeding, then go into the lake near the dam at County Line around 5 o'clock yesterday morning. The bodies of a man and a woman were pulled from that car. No names have been released.
And Oklahoma City police are investigating if a deadly hit and run on the northwest side was intentional. Police say people were out arguing in the middle of the street right near Hefner and Mustang Road Sunday morning before a woman was hit. This is right near the Surrey Hills neighborhood. That woman was taken to the hospital where she died. Officers say the suspect left but was found nearby and taken into custody. At this point, no names have been released.
Newly released body camera footage shows the moments more police take a teen into custody. All of this following a pursuit. Police say officers spotted a stolen car right near Northeast 27th and Western earlier this month when that teen driver, we're told by police, took off. Speeds reached 100 miles per hour before an officer eventually spun out the suspect's car near a dealership on I-240. One teen was arrested, 2 others got away.
All right, 6:32. It is a Monday morning and kind of a week to be weather aware.
Yeah, she said 4 out of 5 days this week we have chances for severe weather. Let's check in with Lacey. She's in the Bob Mills Weather Center. Hey, Lace.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a little sick of each other over the next few days. I really think we're going to spend a lot more time together than we will our families, the way it's looking out. Oklahoma, just get ready. It's one of those types of weeks where it's not just one round, it is multiple. And the thing is, when you're trying to forecast multiple rounds of severe weather, the one tomorrow is impacted by the one today. So we just got to take this day by day. I'll show you the day where the risks are the highest, and we'll get through the timing of it. This morning, as you're kicking off your new work week, new school week, some clouds are surging in. That's the Louisville jet moving by. You can actually see the motion there on our cameras. Some skies starting to clear out to the north and down to the south. We'll see a lot of sunshine today, and we do have a risk for some severe weather. Let me show you where we're sitting right now. 68 degrees as you're heading out on our Lucky Star Skycam network. There's a cloud cover over downtown. Now, the dew point value is in the mid 60s currently. There's going to be a lot of humidity around over the next few days that keeps our lows very warm. Needing the AC overnight. Upper 60s, low 70s. It's 70 in Guthrie, 70 in Stillwater. Record warm low this morning, I believe, is 65 at Will Rogers. So we may shatter that by the time today is said and done. Winds are very strong as well. They were gusty overnight. They're still gusty this morning, 25 to 30. Out of the south, and that south wind continues all day long. We're back into the mid, even upper 80s later today. Now you get behind the dry line in western Oklahoma. The air is so much drier. In fact, it's like desert-like air. High fire danger, lower mid 90s today with that low severe risk this afternoon between 4 and 10 p.m. But tomorrow, that risk ramps up low to moderate. Again, we'll time this out. We'll talk about that tornado risk, how big the hail could be. What about your Wednesday? More storms Friday. That's coming up.
It is 6:33 on a Monday morning. Let's see how we're doing on the morning drive. Megan Gold watching things for us right now. Megan, help us out here.
Hey, well, we do have this accident, as I mentioned, an update. We've got our crews on the scene. This is going to be a multi-car accident, Northwest 16th and Portland. So that's to the west of I-44. Let's go ahead and take our Brianna Brown and our Lex Stanfield shot here just to show you what's going on. And if you guys could zoom out and kind of show everybody at home what the scene looks like. We've got emergency management there on the scene and hearing that all lanes of this intersection are blocked. So if this is a part of your morning routine, you'll have to find a different route to kind of go around this again. So we'll take you back to Links 1, and we're still working to find out information on injuries and exactly what happened there. But again, multiple vehicles involved. That's our only accident out on the roadways right now, and it is off of the highway. Here's a look from the Broadway extension. Looking off to the north, I-40 and MacArthur, and then down on the south side, everything is good to go, guys. Another update coming up soon.
A Stillwater teenager convicted of raping 2 high school teens is expected back in court today. We're talking about Jesse Butler. He was sentenced as a youthful offender last year, meaning he avoided any jail time. But one of his victims filed a motion claiming that ruling violated her constitutional rights under the state's Marsy's law. The state wants her motion dismissed. Today's hearing starts at 9 this morning. And a big ruling in the Richard Glossip case. The former Oklahoma death row inmate will stand trial for murder for a 3rd time. Glossip was sentenced to death for the 1997 murder of Barry Van Treese in Oklahoma City. Then the U.S. Supreme Court overturned his conviction, and that's when Glossip's attorney argued that the state attorney general offered a plea deal for time served. The state says that deal was never actually finalized, and a judge agreed on Friday. A new trial date for his 3rd murder trial has not yet been set.
Still recovering from a school shooting, the Pauls Valley High School principal, Kirk Moore, is sharing his gratitude. In a statement, he says he's thankful for all the support he's received. He goes on to say, quote, "I'm grateful that my instincts and training, as well as God's hand, were available to come to me on Tuesday." Principal Moore is recovering at home and says that he looks forward to returning to work as soon as possible. Well, now state lawmakers are focused on making schools safer for all students.
State lawmakers approved a $50 million funding package to pay for all Oklahoma schools to hire school resource officers. Now, this started as a pilot program 3 years ago. Lawmakers say it has been so successful that they made the program permanent just this year.
It was very, very beneficial to the smaller schools where the money they received was a bigger portion of their budget.
So that $50 million is part of the overall state budget that is just waiting now for the governor's signature. We'll be watching. And with less than 2 weeks away from the 2026 Oklahoma City Memorial Marathon, and another milestone is set.
Marathon officials say runners from all 50 states plus 14 countries have signed up to run.
Wow, races April 25th and 26th. The marathon and half marathon already sold out, but there are still some spots in the other races. By the way, we're going to have full coverage of Marathon Weekend, including start to finish of that race Sunday. All of that starts Sunday morning at 6 a.m.
Pretty exciting. Man, it seems like the numbers are just through the roof again this year.
It's, I think, the highest number that we've had here in Oklahoma City. So they're doing something right, and people love to come to Oklahoma to run the Memorial Marathon.
Is it about 25,000-ish
at least?
runners?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Oh, I love to see it.
Fingers crossed for some good weather Sunday morning.
We always are kind of dodging a bullet, it seems like, when we're talking about the weather, Marathon Weekend. So much going on in April, Lacey.
Always have to have those contingency plans. You saw a lot of those play out last year with the activity just because April gets very volatile. We have severe weather chances this week, including today. By the afternoon, a very low threat, but a few storms may fire and become severe. This morning's quiet. Nothing really dodged weather-wise. It's mild, it's warm, it's windy, it's humid. 4 out of the next 5 days, you need to be weather aware. We'll break this down day by day. We talk about when we have the highest tornado threat, where that is, the statewide timing, how much rain. It's all minutes away.
We are following this breaking news, a crash at Northwest 16th in Portland. Brianna Brown is there live. Brianna?
Lacey, yes, we're here at this crash. Now, this is Northwest 16th in Portland. I'm going to step out of the way so you can get a look at this scene. It's a pretty large scene here. Now, all lanes of these intersections are blocked right now. Tow trucks just got here on scene. There's several cars that are involved in this crash. You can see this gray car here. Now, we saw one person that was loaded into the ambulance in this gray car, and then that SUV, that's involved as well. And then I don't know if, Lex, if you can show, there's a trash truck that's up here, right here, that appears to also maybe be involved in this incident. It's parked up there, but as you can see, there's a lot of damage with these two cars right here that were involved. Not sure what happened just before this crash, but we're still working to get some more information. I can tell you that one person was loaded into the ambulance. We're still waiting to get some more info here. This is Northwest 16th and Portland. Now, cars are having to drive into this gas station right beside us. We can't really show you that, but they're not able to get around this intersection, so it's causing a bit of a headache right here with traffic. Send it back to you guys.
All right, that's Brianna Brown, Northwest 16th and Portland. A mess. Avoid that if that's part of your morning commute. We'll keep you posted on that crash there. Coming up, you're watching News 9 this morning.
Welcome back, 6:43 on a Monday, and definitely a week to be weather aware out there.
I know, Lacey, you were talking about tomorrow being the real threatening day, but don't discount today either.
This is the ramp up today.
Today's the ramp up, yeah. Trackers will be out today. We had trackers out in western Oklahoma yesterday watching storms in Texas. There was a chance they made it into western Oklahoma. They fizzled, which is kind of what we were thinking. But today, trackers will be out again. We'll have you updated if storms start to get a little rowdy, which they could. There's a 20% chance in central Oklahoma, including the metro, that happens. It is a higher threat tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we're just going to keep ramping it up.
All
Okay,
right.
we're going to time it out. We've got several upper level storm systems that are headed our way this week, back to back to back. So if we can take a look at the cameras across the region, our Lucky Star Sky Cam network, we've got the clouds surging in. That's the moisture across the region. We have that, Shay, buddy, old pal. We got that camera box. If not, okay, I'm just gonna keep talking. All right, we got thunderstorms chances going up with this cell over the Pacific. That's gonna make its way in across I-40, and as it does, storm chances go up today, especially tomorrow and into Wednesday. The next system is up over Alaska. That system comes in Friday, so that's 4 out of the next 5 days that you need to be plugged in and at least see what we're expecting. The timing of this will all change some. Rich Gulf moisture has been pumping in mid-60s for dew point values. I know the dew point value, when I talk about it, it's like boring. Why do we care? You feel it as you step out. It's muggy, it's thick, and see those 70-degree readings? I think we'll see some 70-degree readings this afternoon and potentially again tomorrow, which will be some of the most highest instability we've had so far this spring season, which is just fuel for those storms to erupt. So today, limited storm count, not expecting very many storms, very isolated, but storms that do form could be severe. Some data says we don't see one, but I think we see a couple. Tomorrow afternoon, storms are likely. Numerous severe storms are possible, all modes, beginning as early as 3 o'clock in the west, moving into the Oklahoma City metro between 6 and 10 p.m. on your Tuesday. That's the latest timing. Tomorrow night, we might end up with a second round of severe storms overnight into early Wednesday, and then we'll have to watch Wednesday afternoon, but not completely locked in. So coming up for today, starting off this morning, some clouds around, 69 degrees is the temperature, record warm lows as you're heading out. This feels odd. 70 in Guthrie, 70 in Stillwater, 71 in Tulsa, 68 McAllister, 71 in Ardmore. Winds are 15 to 30, some gusts to 35 out of the south, breezy, and afternoon temperatures upper 80s. It's going to feel hot today. The record's 94. We're not breaking records in the metro, but close to record highs in the west. Behind that dry line, desert-like air, scorching hot today, and high fire danger. Now, east of that, that's where we've got the rich Gulf air, and we'll be kind of pulled up across central Oklahoma. Low risk for storms to fire. The chances are about 20% from Enid to Stillwater through the metro down to the south, and any storm that can develop in that zone, quarter to golf ball size hail would be possible. Now, the tornado zone today, it is very low. It's not zero, but it's extremely low. These storms will try to spin if they develop, and we'll have to watch them closely, which you know we will. Then tonight, it looks mostly quiet, upper 60s and 70s. Tomorrow, hot and humid, and storms take off. I think we see a lot more storms tomorrow than what we're expecting today, but it'll still be a broken line, so not everyone ahead of the dry line tomorrow gets in on the action. Some will stay dry tomorrow with this system. Storms could fire as early as 3 o'clock, and then they would quickly become rooted and try to move off more towards the east and northeast. Those storms will be spinning, so wind and hail possible. There will be a tornado threat. Those storms should start to weaken as we lose the heating of the day, but that's not until they cross I-35 and push off into eastern Oklahoma. Then we'll have to watch for overnight storms as well. So tomorrow afternoon, not locked into a 100% chance, but rain and storm chances are likely along and east of that dry line. Now keep in mind, this zone can still shove back to the west or move further east, depending on where that boundary sets up. The most instability is kind of this axis that I have highlighted here in red, which is tennis ball to maybe some baseball size hail. Winds within these storms, yeah, they're going to have a lot of wind with them when they go up, and especially when they collapse, 60 to 75 mile per hour winds. And it's a low to a moderate tornado threat tomorrow. So 3 o'clock tomorrow, start plugging in, pay attention, of course, and as these storms move off to the east, trackers will be on them. Mason Dunn will be in the air if needed, and Bob Mills, Sky News 9, and David and the team will be here. And we'll stagger our schedules to be present overnight as well, tomorrow night into Wednesday with round number 2. If those storms go up tomorrow night into Wednesday, they could also be severe with a very low tornado threat. After that, we'll have to watch Wednesday afternoon and evening. So I think you're going to get a little sick of the weather team over the next few days because we may be on quite a bit. But if that is needed, we will for sure be here. We'll be dry and quiet Thursday. We get a break. And then more storms Friday afternoon and evening. And then we look pretty dry after Saturday morning for the weekend. In fact, pretty chilly behind that cold front. Some upper 30s Sunday morning, guys. Back to you.
Thunder fans, are you ready? Starting this morning, tickets go on sale for the first round of the NBA playoffs. I'm Kylie Dudman, and coming up, I'll show you where you can go for your tickets and what time you can start buying.
And a little bit of commotion over on the northwest side of the metro. You're looking live. This is Northwest 16th and Portland. We've had a bad wreck there. 4 cars involved and a trash truck. 1 person was taken to the hospital. They're trying to clear things up. The northbound lane is getting by on Portland. Just a heads up if you travel in that area early on a Monday morning. Back after this.
It's a big morning for the Oklahoma City Thunder fans. Playoff tickets for the first round go on sale in just a few hours.
And the Paycom Center will be rocking Sunday afternoon. That's when Game 1 of the first series tips off at 2:30.
News 9's Kylie Dedman joins us live this morning at Paycom Center with how you can join Loud City for this year's playoff run. Kylie?
Guys, it's playoff time in Oklahoma City, and the mission is clear: run it back. Now, tickets for the first round of the NBA playoffs go on sale this morning at 10 a.m. So that is your shot to be inside the Paycom Center for Game 1 on Sunday. Now, tickets are limited, so you got to be ready. Tickets will go on sale at okcthunder.com/buy tickets. Again, that is okcthunder.com/buy tickets. The Thunder will host games 1 and 2, and if the series goes the distance, games 5 and 7 will be played right back here at home. Now, if you aren't able to get tickets this round, don't worry. You can still take part in all the Thunder fun with Thunder Up in the park at Scissortail Park, which is the official pregame celebration. And of course, Loud City HQ will be coming back. They will be starting today and going through Saturday. So you have a whole week to get ready, get pumped up for the first game on Sunday. And again, tickets go on sale this morning at 10 a.m. Reporting live outside the Paycom Center, Thunder Up, Kylie Dudman, Oklahoma's own News 9.
All right, Thunder Up, Kylie, thank you. Tip-off for Game 1 Sunday afternoon at 2:30. We'll find out who the Thunder will play once that play-in tournament wraps up on Friday. More headlines back right after this.
Welcome back. Another update on this multi-car crash that we've been following there at Northwest 16th in Portland. That scene is now cleared and the intersection is back open. Across the metro right now, the Broadway extension looks great. If we can take links 1, I'll show you several shots across the metro. There we go. Looking good there. There is a backup I-44 at South 29th, but overall I-35 looking great. So be safe as you hit the roadways this morning.
The freshman at the plate.
1995 by Laura Espinoza.
All right, so her next chance is going to be against OSU in Bedlam. That's going to be Wednesday night.
Devon Park.
Too exciting around the time of the first pitch when it comes to the weather.
I know. Got to get through today first.
They're always flexible, and so if it starts to look like the storms will impact the game, I mean, we'll see. I'm not saying they're going to move it, but we'll have to get the timing more pinned down. Right now, it's a little up in the air, if you will, what the storm timing will be on Wednesday. Today, we have thunderstorm chances. Some of those could be strong to severe, an isolated number. We may only see a few storms today, but Trackers will be ready to go tomorrow. Chances are much higher. Threats are higher for your Tuesday, beginning as early as 3 p.m. in western Oklahoma. Threats in the metro between 6 and 10 p.m. Tuesday. More storms into Wednesday. And guys, we'll do it again Friday. So trackers will be busy. We'll have you covered on air online.
It's already warm out there this morning.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. Don't forget tickets for the playoff games for the Thunder. Go on sale at 10 a.m. today.
You got 3 hours. It's okcthunder.com/buy tickets.
We'll have all the coverage throughout the week.